the DNA thing with the you think was ancestry type shit. I think it, like somebody popped up on it, like no. If you talk to him personally, that's his son.
You spoke on the love child Rymir, Jay-Z, he's come out and said like this is just long-term harassment, man. He's like, this thing is just won't go away.
Long-term harassment. You know how disrespectful that is to a man that looks almost identical to you?
Yeah, that's his child. That's very disrespectful. I mean,
to a man that chances are, just out of nowhere, random universal selection, this boy who's not related to you has your nose, has your mouth, has your brow line, has your hairline, same straight knobby knees, is like all of this just by accident. Just by accident.
Rymir Paternity has long claimed that Jay-Z is his biological father, not for attention or money, but simply to uncover the truth. After more than 10 years of being dismissed, blocked in legal channels, and possibly even intimidated, the quest for answers is gaining momentum, and Jay-Z may finally be forced to confront what he's avoided all this time. The story begins with Rymir's mother, Wanda, who became pregnant with him around the age of 15 or 16. Wanda had 2 sons, with Rymir being the eldest, and she often implied that the man who raised him wasn't his real father. When Rymir was about 8, she revealed the truth. His biological father was someone famous, influential.
At first, you offered him bread, like, and everything, but his aunt, this is like his caretaker, didn't like approve of it. She said, "No, Jay-Z got a lien on her house, all type of shit that was going on." Yeah, the lady put up paperwork and everything with his name on it and all that. I mean, but young boy's so thorough though. He just want a dad. He not trying to get no money. He not trying to do none of that. I mean, that's why. So I told him when he called me 2 years ago, I said, "Listen, I don't want to be the one to tell your story because they're gonna think I'm trying to catch rep off of it. So let me let you tell your story somewhere else first. I mean, then I can talk about it a bit." But he called me like 2 years ago, telling me like, I said, "Oh, young boy." He's like, "I just want a dad. I don't want no money. I'm already 18." I think he was like 20 something at the time. But something happened to him, and I was like, "Yo, that sounds kind of weird." He said he was coming out from work, going to work, and there was a gun in his car. Like when he opened the door, he seen the gun. He said he went to go call his man, like, "Yo, did you leave a gun in my car?" His man's like, "No." He said, "Why you on the phone talking to his man?" The cops pull up and lock him up. He said, he's telling the cops, "No, that's not my gun." He's like, so he went in the building he was in, and they seen that somebody pulled up and put the guns in his car.
Oh.
And pulled off. I said, "Bro," I don't know nobody in the hood that got guns to just waste like that to do that. I don't know. He's like, "Yeah, so like Jay-Z had a gag order against him, like trying to get a gag order and trying to." If my thing is, if it's not my son, I'll just take a test, get over with.
Yeah.
The fact that you dodged it and whatever, to me, I don't know. I think his mom was underage or something when he was born, so I think that's probably. Yeah, I think that's probably part of it.
Yeah.
But like I said again, it's not the same as now.
But is the mom still alive?
No, she died.
Huh.
She was 15 when she had him.
Oh. How old was Jay?
Like 20 something, I guess.
Oh.
Like 20.
Wanda recalls meeting Jay in 1992 at his aunt's apartment in the Brooklyn projects. They were intimate and used protection, but it didn't work. After that encounter, she never saw Jay again. No calls, no way to contact him. Years went by, and Wanda's health declined. When she was no longer able to care for Rymir, custody was transferred to his godmother and legal guardian, Lily Colade.
Sexual limitations?
Yeah, everything got sexual limitations except for murder. It's like probably 7 years, but he can't even get locked up for it at all. That's why the girl can't file no charges against him, because it's a sexual limitation. You know what I'm saying? And he said, "Yo, man, my man is Jay-Z's son. He wanted to talk to you." Like, I said, mind you, the first thing I thought, like, this nigga lying. I said, "All right, well, I'll talk to him. Young boy, the chef." So I talked to him. I told him, I said, "Listen, young man, I don't want you to do the video with me because it's going to look like I fished you out. And I'm trying to do a video with you because you Jay-Z's son. I'm trying to hate and all that." And I said, "Plus, it's going to be a lot of backlash on you. People gonna say they're not gonna believe you and all that. So I don't know if you want to do it with me first." I could have easily get the money off of him and all that shit. And I said, "I ain't gonna even talk about this shit until you talk about it first." So when I see he talked about it, that's the only reason I talked about it. But he said a lot of stuff that I still ain't said yet. Like that's unbelievable. But they anytime a person make you sign a gag order, all that type of shit, that means you really must believe that's your son. Because if you're not my son, I know you're my son, nigga. I'm not, nigga. You're not my son, bro. I'm not making you sign no gag.
Wait, he made his son, or he made the baby mom sign a gag order?
The aunt. I think the mom is like maybe dead or something. So it's the aunt that got custody of him, and they offered him money. They offered him money.
How'd the mom die?
Oh, I forgot. I don't know if he told me that, but I know they offered the young boy my aunt money, but he said my aunt, she already had a couple of dollars, and she's like, no, they ain't. I mean, I said, bro, if he offered me any millions, I'm taking it. My dad give me some millions, I'm done. That's it. But the nigga not offer you no millions if they're not your son. Not that nigga. That nigga, he might offer you 5,000, like millions. I said, bro, you ain't take that. But his aunt had custody of my, like, so she turned.
That's when the legal battle for the truth began. Rather than simply agreeing to a DNA test, Jay-Z and his legal team reportedly went to great lengths to block the case. In 2015, with Lily's help, Rymir filed a paternity lawsuit. As a paralegal, Lily knew how to navigate the courts. Team responded aggressively and, according to her, deceptively. She claims Jay's lawyer manipulated Wanda into signing legal papers while she was hospitalized recovering from a coma. Papers that removed Lily from the case without consent. That tactic led to the lawsuit being dismissed. But Rymir wasn't ready to give up.
You believe the guy that was really Jay-Z's son?
I mean, only reason I believe it because I know Jay-Z's smart and he got a lot of money, and if it wasn't, he wouldn't even acknowledge it. I mean, but plus, he took the ancestry test, and the people in his family popped up on the shit. You know, you take that shit, anybody that take it, they pop up on shit. I mean, so I was like, I mean, mind you, I mean, my thing is this, like, I see the people that went to that boy island, the Epstein Island, with the young underage girls. And I'm like, well, what y'all going to the island for? How y'all even know these people? So they all the people are diabolical people in the same circle, man. I wouldn't even know those kind of people because I would still have my same friends from before. We don't do that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You mean I can't see me wanting a girl that's underage when I'm fucking old. You know what I'm saying? What you want? Like, I mean, I just don't. Not saying that. I mean, my thing is this: and you're a celebrity, you should know better. But once you see it, you're gonna be around that shit. Mind you, got power, you got money. You can get a girl that's older that look young. I mean, but my thing is when you start messing with kids, man, it's like kids innocent. Kids the most purest thing on earth. I mean, so like kids, you're supposed to give them game. You're supposed to tell them how the pitfalls of life and how. I mean, you want to like that shit to me like it's something wrong with you. I mean, because you know me, that's something wrong with you. Because I mean, as you age, it's automatically that you want people that's older because y'all got stuff in common. Y'all know about the same things. So what would I talk about to a girl that's 19, 18, any of that? Like, what the fuck I'm gonna say? What we gonna talk about? Nickelodeon? You know, like, I mean, I got a daughter that's old. Like, what I'm gonna talk about this? I mean, I gotta say you have a girl because a man could be 50 and a girl could be 28. I mean, because sometimes girls are more mature than men. But when you start talking about underage and close to just 20 and 19, they just you something wrong with you.
No, as you get older, it's natural to connect with people closer to your age because you share experiences and common ground. Talking to someone who's 18 or 19 can feel awkward. You don't have the same frame of reference. Like, what would you even discuss? Childhood shows or random stuff that doesn't relate to your life. Age gaps can work when both parties are mature, but when it's someone barely an adult, it raises questions. In 2018, Rymir filed new documents claiming that Jay-Z had spent over 8 years using money, fame, and legal influence to dodge a paternity test. It gets stranger. The court insisted Rymir's father had already been identified, yet his birth certificate listed no father. Even more shocking, court records suggested that members of Rhee's own legal team were secretly collaborating with Jay-Z's lawyers, so not only was Jay allegedly avoiding a DNA test, but he may have had inside help to do so.
But I do know that I have listened to actual commentary from his godmother, Lily, who sat with a friend of mine, Liz Crokin. I was there, I was present, I heard it come out of her mouth. Wanda was a minor when she got pregnant with Rymir. And like Wanda always said, he picked her up in Philly, but he took her to New York, across state lines, to bed her while she was allegedly underage. Even though Lily was present when Rymir was born. She was very clear on the fact that Wanda was a minor when she was pregnant with Rymir, who was born a year before my son Giovanni. He came 92. That means she got knocked up in 91. He was well into his 20s by that time. Well into his 20s. Allegedly taking teenage girls over state line. He got unlucky. That condom broke. Poor guy. Or maybe that was just karma. Maybe God made sure that happened for a moment like right now. Disgusting. Don't nobody want to talk about the other kids that everybody denies don't exist.
Rymir told reporters, "I've been denied a fair hearing because of legal errors and people working against me. If Jay-Z says, I'm not his son, then just take the test, prove it." But Jay remained silent. Instead of responding, his team continued filing motions and deploying lawyers to stall the process. Recently, however, things shifted. A judge ruled that the case could proceed, requiring Jay-Z to respond to the paternity suit in New Jersey. Legally, if a man refuses a paternity test, he is presumed to be the father, meaning Jay-Z is now officially presumed to be dad. Why didn't he just take the test and end this years ago? Some suggest it's about money, but that doesn't fit since Rymir is 32, too old for child support. Others speculate Jay-Z is protecting his image as a devoted family man following the cheating scandal with Beyoncé, yet the truth may be even more unsettling.
Someone coming out saying, hey, Jay-Z's my father. What does that person want from a hoe if he's saying he does not care?
To prove that his mother wasn't a liar, because that's what they said his entire life while she was alive. Denying him makes her a liar. That woman was on the phone with the judge who was harassing her, telling her, demanding that she stop filing for paternity when she gave way and died. His mama died on the phone. Trying to get proper acknowledgement for him. If your mama died like that, would you just sit around and let people keep calling her a liar? That's how your mama died, with a judge yelling at her. And turns out now, all of these judges were bought off and paid off, and they're going to be looking at sanctions and probably charges. Because what they did was...
Allegedly, if Jay did father Wanda's child when she was only 15 or 16 and he was several years older, it raises serious legal and ethical concerns. That could explain his long-standing avoidance of the issue. Rumors about Jay being involved with underage girls have circulated for years, and this case only intensifies those suspicions.
When Jay said the line in Picasso Baby, yes, because we've talked about that. We have a history that supersedes music, and we know how this business works. We sit back and we laugh at those rumors. We laugh at that. I think he began to feel the pressure because people were saying my age, the age thing. She was 15, 14. She was 15, 14. And after a while, that gets to a person. The Jay I know, the Sean I know, never comes out of character.
Produce the master recordings, Mr. Carter. It's the L99 for real. She ain't no better.
Tell me about your audition with Jay-Z. Tell me what he said to you.
A really good audition.
And what did he say to you? He said something to you.
Oh yes, he said, we don't sing songs here, we sing artists. And there was this little pause, and I was nervous. But then he said, and we're interested. And there was this sudden feel of relief.
But then he said something about a window and a door or something.
Oh, then he said, he did it one more.
I did a lot of homework on you, this lady.
He said, there are 2 ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal signed or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
Rihanna was trafficked to Def Jam.
She was an innocent baby when she came over here. And look at her now.
14 going on 15 years old. Flown over without parental supervision in a private plane by a man who was supposed to be a producer who auditioned her at 3 a.m. in the morning in a hotel room. Auditioning at 3 a.m. in the morning, a 14-year-old girl. She was flown to another country. She was taken to Def Jam headquarters. She was left in a conference room alone with Sean Carter for nearly 6 hours alone with no parental supervision. Her father collected a $500,000 check. She has the fastest inked deal in Def Jam.
It gets even darker. Around the time Rymir filed the second lawsuit, things began to feel threatening. One night in September, he was in a parking lot near his home with some friends, and out of all the cars there, only his was shot at. Lily believes it wasn't a random act, it was connected to the case. On top of that, strangers began showing up at her house, driving on her lawn, and knocking on her door at 4 a.m. All of this coincided with the filing of the latest court papers. She said, "This is bigger than Jay-Z. It's about a system that protects the powerful and silences the truth. What Rymir may fear most," she added, "is what happens to those who don't give Jay-Z what he wants." Like Aaliyah.
That takes me to when you speak on Aaliyah. People really was honed in when you spoke on Dame Dash, Aaliyah, and you're speaking on something where you're saying, I wish that situation would be investigated further.
No, to be investigated. Period. It was never investigated. Hype was never questioned. Lenny Kravitz made a statement, and it was never publicized. She was unconscious. She didn't choose to get on that plane. There were phone calls made. There are witnesses who signed NDAs. Why would you need to sign a non-disclosure agreement about a plane crash and what happened leading up to it? Please, someone answer that.
Do you feel like
why the fuck would you need to sign? A nigga don't ask about a plane crash if it was accidental.
Do you feel like...
Riddle me that. Work with me here in this moment.
And I'm going to ask you.
A plane crash should be accidental.
Should be.
Why would any testimony about what happened leading up to it need to be covered under a non-disclosure agreement if there wasn't foul play?
Now, mind you, September 11th happened a week later. 9/11 happened a week later. Do you think that took away from it?
Once again, there are people who did short sales on their stocks right after that, made a lot of fucking money, including Sean Carter. Now I'm going to ask you, why would non-disclosure agreements need to be signed for an accident?
Okay.
There were over 25 non-disclosure agreements cashed out and recorded regarding the death of that beautiful girl and every other human being that died on that plane with her.
He in real, like, see, but this is what Jay-Z know how to do. He know how to not say nothing and make you look crazy because, like, he's not gonna say nothing. So you give you a chance to assume, man, it's the other person crazy and lying. Like, I mean, so, but see, me, I don't worry about the image. He got to worry about the image. I don't give a fuck about worrying about no image. I mean, whatever you think about me, I don't care. Like, I really, honestly don't care. Like, I mean, I care about certain people, care how they look at me, like certain people I might respect, but the internet world is fake to me. That shit is fake. I mean, these people on the internet, if you got enough time to type on something about me, that mean you watch what I'm doing. I mean, what are you doing with yourself? You watching me and I'm getting paid for you watching me. Thank you. So you got a right to say whatever you want to say, but that shit ain't real. I mean, it's not real. I mean, because you got to remember, back in the day, on my time, you had to go outside to get a girl. You had to go outside. These niggas these days don't go outside to do nothing. They just type on the joint and talk shit. I mean, like, you can't let it affect you because, I mean, even look at the show Catfish. Shit like that didn't exist when I was young. Like, it's not a thing that could even happen. Like, so like this world right now is not made for niggas like me because we don't understand it. I mean, everything that's right is wrong now. Everything that's right is wrong.
You had a record, No, right? That you wanted to get Jay-Z on?
Yeah, but he said he was going, he told me he was going to get on it. He asked me about getting on it. But he must have sat there and thought about it and said, man, I'm not getting on that shit, man. This nigga might get big. And like, I mean, you got to think about state property CDs. Not only was he not on no song, like, he had put out a CD at the same time as ours joint come out. Mind you, Sparks had a song, right? Trying to get Jay-Z to clear the hook. Jay-Z voice was on the hook. He wouldn't clear it. But he cleared Cassidy joint.
What was his excuse?
You don't got to give you no excuse. The fact that you ain't do it, I don't even need an excuse. You ain't do it.
Lily and Rymir are now advocating for the PROC Legal Abuse Act aimed at helping ordinary people fight back when the wealthy use the courts to overpower them. Lily emphasized that this isn't about money or even Jay-Z anymore. It's about exposing how the people's system enabled this situation and endangered their lives. The story took another turn when Jay-Z's name appeared in a recent lawsuit against Diddy tied to serious allegations involving minors. Rymir responded publicly after Jay-Z released a statement claiming he stands for protecting children and living honorably. Rymir fired back, saying, "If you truly believe in protecting kids, take the test. Be honest."